All right, well, I just wanted to talk a little bit about this issue about Bernie Sanders accusing Hillary of being corrupted by money in politics, by the big banks, let's say specifically. But it is a general issue in that here's the deal. I feel a little bit like I should. Yeah, working. Hello, testing. 1, 2, 3. Okay, seems like it is working. Oh no, see? There we go. Ha ha. Knew something was wrong. Okay, anyway. So, Hillary wants to make a big deal of this. She's many times acted and said, actually specifically, that Bernie was accusing Obama, but because Obama also had a super PAC and so on. Now, here's the thing. Obama does stand accused of exactly the same thing. And Bernie touched on it at one point when he said, that he says he isn't, I don't want to misquote him, but he says he's kind of like, well, why would they give her the money? And it's not money for votes, but there has to be something going on. And that's just a hint. The real issue, I don't think Hillary should be accused of changing her vote. Let's just assume that people give you money because you are close enough in agreement with them that by getting involved with you, they have a chance of having influence. That you agree with them 80%, and if they can talk with you, maybe you'll go, yeah, that's a good idea, that last 20%. Or at least you can be involved with seeing the 80% through, by supporting them, who are expected not to change their opinion. In other words, what I would say, if I was Bernie, is, of course, Hillary is not taking money to vote like the banks want, or to vote in their compromise position. She actually believes and holds the same worldview. What the banks believe, it is an overlapping, compatible worldview. They are giving her money because she already has their same worldview. And it works like this. You don't start out a politician famous and people with money have to come to you. You start out with nothing. And the people with money are only going to come to you if in the first place you agree with them enough that they feel they can work with you. They're looking for some skills, competent management, if they're at all, traditionally. I don't know if they look for that anymore, but competent management and various other skills. But mostly when it comes to politics, it's also that you have the same policy views, right? Now, we're obsessed with this idea of corruption of, well, I don't care how I vote. No, that's not how most politicians are bought. Most politicians do care how they vote. And even if they don't internally care how they vote, they have a brand. They can't betray that brand. They have to go with the brand. So one way or another, they care how they vote. It matters. At the very least, it matters how it looks. And most of them care in some sense. But they are the only ones that rise to the top, that are drawn to the top, are the ones that are attracted by the money, and vice versa. The money is only going to respond to certain certain ones of them. So that's where the selection process takes place. So by the time you're Hillary Clinton and you've been on the board of Walmart, 30 years ago or whatever, then you already agree with them. It's not about getting paid off. No, it's a sign of where your allegiances are. Now, granted, you can't totally control who gives you money, fine, and yet you can, because you can always give the money back. But frankly, even if they give you money, it all shows something in their mindset. And it's some sort of feeling that they want to support you because of an allegiance, whether you know it or not. Maybe Hillary doesn't know that she's in their best interests. Really, it's that they share similar worldviews already. Okay. And I think it should become clear by now, by the way, that the whole DLC, Clinton, Lieberman version of the party, while maybe having served its purpose, I ended up appreciating Clinton's presidency more than I had going in, though it still has many flaws. But, I thought it would be, at least it was intelligent in the classical sense of running a capitalist economy, as well as that crappy style of economy can be run. And that's right, because we could talk about that. But anyway, this whole conservative Democrat perspective is hopefully a temporary thing. Either the Democratic Party dies off or it grows out of this, because it should be obvious by now that they are there to be a stopgap against too much of a situation. Hillary's thing is like, I'm for 15, so let's do 12. She actually says in the debate, I'm for $15 per hour minimum wage, so therefore I support a $12. I think everybody should have health care, therefore I support 80% of people getting health care. I think we should not preemptively attack other places in the world, so I support attacking 80% of the possible candidates for attacking instead of the whole 100. That's what the conservative Democrat, DLC Democrat is all about. And we could thank the baby boomers for that. Except not Bernie. He's been consistent for decades and decades and decades. And you can look at his old speeches on YouTube and see he's been 100% consistent, and we've caught up with him. He didn't change for us, and he didn't have to. We caught up with him before he died, and if we're smart, we'll pick up on that opportunity. So go Bernie. You still have a chance.